This morning, a preliminary report is out on the Amtrak derailment in Port Richmond.
Good morning, everyone. The National Transportation Safety Board released it just as a House panel grilled witnesses about how that crash happened. Eyewitness News reporter Justin Finch is at 30th Street Station right now to fill you in. Justin, good morning.
Yuki, Nicole, good morning. Yes, that House panel pressed for several answers. They got a few, but none was the precise cause of last month's deadly Amtrak crash, which weeks later remains under investigation.
Much of Tuesday's hearing focused on the cause of the Amtrak crash and Brandon Bastian, the 32-year-old conductor. The NTSB now has his phone and is working to see if its use contributed to the derailment. With no major issues yet found in braking systems, tracks, or signals, human error is emerging as a leading factor in the crash.
Speed was a significant factor, and speed, simply put, is what we refer to as a human factor.
Bastian suffered a head injury and says he does not recall the crash. He's among the more than 200 injured. 8 were killed. On May 12th, Amtrak 188 took a curve at upwards of 100 miles an hour after leaving 30th Street Station bound for New York City. A track braking system called Positive Train Controls, or PTC, could have slowed the train, which was traveling at more than twice the speed limit, and perhaps prevent the derailment, but the system was not in place. After the crash, PTCs were installed in the area of the derailment. Some want cameras in the cab too.
These cameras can provide critical information to the NTSB as we work to determine ways to prevent future accidents.
By year's end, Congress is calling for PTCs to be in use on all passenger rail tracks. Amtrak hopes to meet that deadline on the Northeast Corridor.
And I promise you that by the end of this year, this system, which will dramatically enhance safety, will be complete.
Now, the panel is giving the NTSB about 2 more weeks to glean more information from Bastian's cell phone records. The agency says the process is tedious because they want to triangulate data from Bastian's cell phone to critical seconds involved in this crash. This wreck set to cost about $9.2 million. We are live outside 30th Street Station. I'm Justin Finch, Eyewitness News on the CW Filling.